I'm Jeff Myers, and welcome to Elgin Today. On this edition,
let's open up this show with the promotion and oath of office ceremony at the center of Elgin from the Elgin Fire Department as we hear from Fire Chief David Schmidt. Then we will talk it over with Barb, Keselica, the City of Elgin's Special Events Coordinator. She's got an active 2017 plan for you. A crowd of 1,600 appear at the Gail Borden Public Library on Sunday, February 12th to see the Chicago Cubs World Series trophy, 108 years in the making. The Mayor David Kaptain segment comes from the fabulous new Motorola Solutions facility on Elgin's west side, as the mayor and myself talk it over with the manager of the facility, Jim Kampanik. It's a busy month for the Elgin Youth Leadership Academy as we hear from their executive director and find out what's going on. And information about the Elgin Hispanic Network's Youth Scholarship comes from Patricia Williams. And from the Elgin Police Department, Cherie Aschenbrenner has a variety of information for Elgin seniors and more.
We'll have these stories and more on this edition of Elgin Today.
We open up this month's edition of Elgin Today with a promotion and oath of office ceremony from the Elgin Fire Department at the center of Elgin, taking place on Friday, February 10th. It was a day that saw 3 new recruits sworn in, but next, Fire Chief David Schmidt tells us about the 4 new promotions for the Elgin Fire Department.
The first promotion was Rob Sagan, promoted the Assistant Chief of Operations. Rob's been on the job 24 years, worked his way up through the ranks, and just has a tremendous operations mind. Does a really good job online, and really excited about having him move up in the ranks. Next one was Rich Carter, promoted to Battalion Chief. Been on the job 26 years. Also came up through the ranks, worked in the training division with Rob and I, so another guy that's really suited well to be in that battalion chief's position. The captain was Dan Wagner. Dan's worked his way up, very active in the fire academy, very active on our water rescue team, the assistant team leader, so Dan does a very good job operationally, and he'll do a tremendous job as captain.
He's a Larkin kid.
Yes, and he's a Larkin grad.
That's always great.
Kid, absolutely. And our last gentleman was Mike Przbilski, promoted to the rank of lieutenant. He's been on for 13 years. Mike is a guy that he's a lawyer, he's a police officer on the side, he's very involved, he's a very intelligent man, he's going to do a tremendous job, very active, and looking forward to him serving in the role of lieutenant.
You gave former Chief Fahey an award.
Absolutely. So the Kane County Fire Chiefs is an organization we belong to, and at our December meeting they recognized John when he retired for his years of service to the county and to the organization. So I figured as long as he was here, it would be appropriate to present him with it.
And your early months as chief since August have been good, haven't they?
Absolutely. It's been very good. It's been very busy, very hectic, getting a lot done. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of fires this year, so there's been a lot of activity. But now that we can get this additional position in, we'll have some more help up at the top, be able to spread out some of the work, and hopefully we'll get our fire engine, our SCBAs, and some of our equipment we just talked to the council about on Wednesday approved, and we'll keep moving forward.
Well, the mayor and everyone's proud of you because you came from within and done such a good job.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, it is a tremendous organization, and I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of the opportunities we have, and honestly, the support of the city council, the mayor, the city manager is amazing because all the training we want to do, they have no problem supporting us in that. We return investment for the training we get. We're a state-of-the-art department, very cutting edge with technology. They recognize that and they support us, and you really can't ask for anything more than that. We truly want to be the best fire department we can be.
That's great. One of your new recruits has an international accent.
He does. Kellen comes to us from England. I was told he came over several years ago on a day trip, and he never returned.
And how did you become to know him?
He when he got over here, he got a job as a part-time firefighter in Pingree Grove, became a paramedic, started working for a company, and then he was taking tests. And he took our test and actually scored number 5 on our eligibility list, so scored very high.
And the new recruits now will go to 8 weeks of training?
They'll go to the Romeoville Fire Academy for 8 weeks, and after 8 weeks, they'll come back to Elgin for 2 weeks of additional kind of Elgin-specific training, and then they'll get turned loose online and start working on engines and ambulances.
For our second segment this month, we're right here at the Robert Gillen Municipal Complex, specifically City Hall, and the lady of the hour right now, we're going to talk with you, Barb Keselica.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're in charge of all the great city events, are you not?
Yes, anything that goes on public property, I'm in charge of.
Wow, that's really specific. We like that. Upcoming in March 16th, one of my favorite events, the Elgin Image Awards.
Correct. We have an Elgin Advisory Image Commission that gets together about once a month, and one of their main responsibilities is to honor the people throughout the year that really give a good positive image to Elgin. So they're able to do that in March at the Image Awards.
We had more than 30 groups and folks nominated this year.
Correct. There was 31.
Wow, that's great. That's a good number. So you'll invite everybody, will call for reservations and bring their friends and come out for that event on March 16th.
Yep, so it's March 16th. It's at 6 p.m. and it's invited. It's open to the public. It is totally free. The only thing we do is we request that you call Olga De Leon at 847-931-5598 and make reservations.
Olga always takes those phone calls. That's great. You see, we're showing some of the listing of the folks that were nominated. Great list. And really the folks watching and the folks at home and City of Elgin make the nominations.
Yes, absolutely. And it makes our community, those people and those organizations make our community what it is today. And it's wonderful to live here.
Elgin Image Awards on March 16th. So we'll also check the city site for all the names and easy to read as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
You have been so busy lately. We're so excited. We're going to have kind of a throwback weekend in June, are we not?
We are. We're actually bringing, for the first time, a Civil War reenactment.
Wow, those are so popular.
Yes, we're working with the Virginia Cavalry B Company and also the Historical Society in bringing this event to Elgin. It's going to be located at 600 South State Street.
Which is just east of the sports complex, that area there.
Correct, right off of Route 20 and 31.
Well, wonderful. So that'll take place on June 10 and 11. Does the Virginia folks come from Virginia?
No.
Oh, darn it. I thought it was going to be an overnight stay for them.
No, but we are hoping to attract people from around the region.
Yeah, I know Naperville has a wonderful one like that, and many of the folks involved with this go to the great events.
Correct, yeah, and so does Wakanda. So we're hoping that this becomes an event just like that.
Civil War Experience, it's called. We'll look forward to that.
Yes.
Also, as we get a chance to talk with you, the Foxtrot, always one of our favorite events this year in May 27th. What changes do you have for us?
So last year we eliminated the 10-mile run in order to save costs because of the I-90 construction. We weren't able to use Duncan Avenue. That construction is completed, so we're able to move it back to Duncan Avenue. So we're bringing back the 10-mile, which is very exciting for us, especially since it's the 40th anniversary.
Wonderful. And congratulations this year, the City of Elgin involved with the July 4th parade, as you have been for many years, but it's really yours, isn't it?
Correct, yes. So city staff will be running it. There'll be a website that'll be going live soon with registration, so look out for that.
Since 1997, we've had the best July 4th parade.
We have, and we're hoping to continue that.
Anything else for us?
I think that's it at the moment.
And we'll say hello to Mom, okay?
Hi, Mom.
All right. Hello, Mom. Barb Keselica, you've been busy lately. Congratulations. Wonderful event you're putting on for us.
Thank you. And visit our website at www.cityofelgin.org.
And don't forget the Elgin Image Awards on March 16th.
And while no Cub fan can go all the way back to 1908 and the likes of Joe Tinker to Johnny Evers to Frank Chance, short to second to first, and three-finger Mordecai Brown 129, we did see some longtime Chicago Cub fans as they came to see the 2016 trophy at the Gail Borden Public Library on Sunday, February 12th.
And you are?
I'm Val Sykes.
All right. Well, you're a great Cub fan, aren't you?
Oh, I've been waiting 90 years.
90? You're 90?
I'm 97, 6,
How old are you?
96.
Wow.
I've been waiting a long time.
Well, congratulations. So this is an exciting moment. That trophy's within shouting distance.
Right, yes, exciting.
You always were a Cub fan?
Oh, yeah.
The Gabby Hartnett 3 days?
Oh, yeah, Gabby Hart, Lon Warnicki.
And 99-year-old Ruth Mathias, accompanied by her daughter and son-in-law, had these thoughts.
Oh, I feel wonderful. Really, I never thought I would see it. But here I am.
I think they won it for you, my dear. You were their inspiration.
Oh,
I said they were playing for you.
well, thank you. That's lovely to hear.
That's great. That's great. Well, you're just shy of 100, is that right?
That's right.
You're 99 plus?
Yep. I'm going to take a picture of this and take it back to the home that I'm living in now. Because they are just crazy about the Cubs there.
So everybody there is crazy about them.
Yeah.
So you'll be one popular lady.
Well, I'm going to have it sitting at the desk by the front door
Oh, how nice.
so everybody can see it.
What town do you live in, my dear?
Buffalo Grove.
Buffalo Grove. So you'll be the queen of Buffalo Grove when you go home. Go there.
Well,
If you're not already.
Wonderful. Thanks, Ruth. And we heard from the younger Cub crowd as well on this day.
Kevin Homefeld, Andre Johnson, and Elias Ramon right here.
You all from Elgin?
All from Elgin.
Tell me what the thrill was.
Oh, it was awesome. Best thing in the world.
Wait a lifetime for it.
Yeah.
How about you, young man?
cool.
Yeah, not so long for him, but
It was a shorter lifetime wait for you.
yeah, 50 years. 50 years waited for it, so it was awesome.
And you lived in Elgin all your life?
Born and raised.
And you always been a Cub fan?
Always.
All right, can you do a quick Harry Carey for us?
Oh, holy cow!
I'm Nancy Haggard. I work at the library, and this is the most awesome day ever.
You got nice Cub gear.
I do.
Did you get a picture already?
I did, a staff picture and an individual picture.
Wow, there was like a little pre-meeting, wasn't there, with the?
Was.
With it.
Yes, for staff.
You're having a great crowd today, aren't you?
It is, and everyone is smiling, happy, having a wonderful time, saying thank you, thank you. It's just the best thing ever for Elgin and for the library and for the Cubs.
Are you a lifetime Cub fan? Or just this past season?
No. My husband grew up in Elgin, and he used to listen to the WGN on the radio, and he would move his baseball cards around as the players went around. He has been a lifetime. So because I've been married to him for a long time, I've been
So
a fan.
the Vince Lloyd days and Lou Boudreau.
He goes
move
way,
his cards around.
yes, he would, yeah.
It's time now for our segment this month with Mayor David Kaptain. David, we're inside.
We are. We're out at Motorola Solutions on Galvin Drive in Elgin. With us today is Jim Kaptain. He's the manager here at this facility. And Jim, tell us a little about your career. Where did you start out? How long have you been doing this kind of work?
Actually, Motorola Solutions was my first job, and I've been with Motorola for 23 years now, manufacturing two-way radios for 23 years. This is my life.
And we see the collection that you've manufactured over the years.
Yes, quite a. We have a little bit of a museum out front,
Yeah,
and
great.
we walked you through that all the way from the first car radio to the first radio that was on the moon to Army radios from the early 40s, all the way to the present.
Yeah, we're seeing that great display on the moon like that. That must have been incredible for the company.
Yeah, that was probably one of the hallmark moments of a lot of hallmark
Yeah, well,
moments.
I was going to say a lot of good things, Mayor.
Jim, I was out here when this building was under construction, really the interior. You moved into an existing building. It's 300,000 square feet, quite a large building. You came from Schaumburg. The building's roughly divided in half, if I'm not mistaken, 150,000 for, really it's the design and customer service and having customers come out and do their design of the custom-made radios that you build here. And we're in the manufacturing side right now. Tell us a little bit about the flow of how a radio's manufactured here, and when a customer walks in the front door, what do you guys do to help them be successful in what they want to buy here?
I think you mentioned the building, and I think you're exactly right. We're divided in half. This side is the manufacturing. This is where we build the two-way radios. We build the infrastructure that powers those two-way radios. The other side of the building is more the customer-facing side of the building, where our engineering teams and field project teams work with the customer to design a communication system for their city, their state, their industry, and then we assemble that system here. A customer comes in, views and tests his system, and signs off that that's what he wants.
And off it goes to wherever.
To wherever, all over the world.
It's incredible, isn't it, Mayor?
It is, and this was one of the reasons that I really wanted to come back here, is I thought it was kind of unique, that you bring somebody in, instead of shipping a product to them, let them test it and see if it works for them, you actually custom make it here for them, and they get hands-on, they get to be part of the process here. They come to Elgin, and that's something that we really need to talk a little bit about, what businesses do and industries do. They also bring people from around the country. Sure. And Motorola sells not just the United States, they sell worldwide. And they touched a little bit on the types of clients that you have, and it could be a city, or it could be a government, it could be a huge manufacturing facility where people are a quarter of a mile apart and need to be able to communicate. So how do these things work, Jim? What's the internals pretty much the same and the outsides are different? What makes them different?
There's a lot of variation on the internals. However, I think as we walked through, we talked about this, and you touched on it. Everything is made to order. Everything is custom built for a given customer. It's a lot of assembly parts, and the internals are similar. However, it's the way we configure them and arrange them to make a custom solution for the customer. So that's why we can't build a radio ahead for Elgin. We need to get the order. Yeah. We need to build exactly what Elgin wants from these parts.
And Elgin's been a Motorola city for years.
It has, and Jim pointed out out in one of our discussions here that some of our employees had something to do with a little bit of the design here. Our firefighters talked about the radios that firefighters use, and they put bigger knobs on them because when they're out fighting a fire, they have these heavy gloves on, and they couldn't turn the little knobs. So something as simple as that can make a big difference in how workable and how usable a piece of a product is.
And I'm older now. I need that same convenience.
Absolutely.
The bigger knob, Mayor.
Jim, a big part of the decision to come to Elgin was the flexibility of this building. Can you talk a little bit about some of the things that help make that decision for you and what you've done here to make this facility flexible?
Yeah, I think flexibility and flexibility leads to efficiency. It leads to being able to provide your customers with faster solutions. Certainly, coming to Elgin, I think the thing you all noticed as you walked around is it's a big open air concept to the factory. We're able to take a given floor space, and this week it may be building one set of products, but it's flexible enough that it can build a different set of products the next week, or a different customer can come in and be in that space the next week with a totally different system. Also, compared to Schaumburg, a lot of overhead. You'll see the air, the power, the networking is all overhead. It makes it a lot more flexible than when it's in the ground. And that leads itself to us being able to reconfigure lines and reconfigure spaces.
And that was a must when you moved here.
It was a must-have. You'll notice the stock room, the warehouse, the shipping area. No walls between that and the manufacturing areas. That allows us, free movement of material and shipments between the various areas and right out the door.
Great, Mayor.
And simply, you just don't have to look for a door to get from point A to point B. You can just move straight across the floor. I think one of the things when I first came out here was the height of this building, and they've lowered it's not really a ceiling, it's just a framework. And when we came out here, there were wires dangling, and it was really just under construction at that time. It was hard to visualize how things really worked. Jim, one of the things that we talked a little bit about was each of these are set up as components, so you have a whole crew or a group of people working on radios for Dave Kaptain, let's say, or the City of Elgin and Dave Kaptain. And you set this up as a custom, they all put them together, and when it's all done, you can tear it all down and start over. The next customer comes in. Explain how that process works and how it flows through the building.
Yeah, our lines are flexible in a lot of different ways. One is that I can build an order for Dave Kaptain, followed by an order for whoever, followed by an order without tearing the lines down. Mm-hmm. However, if you're going to do wholesale changes, perhaps between totally different families of products, then you need to maybe reconfigure the line completely. You'll also notice, I think, that a lot of what we have here is on wheels, so we can move stations around and move lines around very quickly. But a lot of what we build on this side, it's key that it gets integrated into a bigger system, and that's the other, the systems integration side of the house. And I think that's where really the customer-facing part of it comes, working with the customer on their exact requirements to assemble what they need.
That's fascinating, man.
It is, and a lot of these things are based on, they've done a great job here in becoming efficient and looking at efficiency. Jim, you mentioned a little bit about a challenge that you give to employees about coming up with some efficiency in their own life, in their own workspace. Talk a little bit about that and how that affects what you guys do here.
Yeah, everyone's challenged with improving every year. I think in wherever you are in personal life or your business, right?
Even the Cubs.
Even the Cubs, and yeah, go Cubs. Our employees here are each employee is chartered with coming up with two improvement ideas every year. It could be safety, it could be usually it's efficiency, but it could be something as simple as taking a process that perhaps took them 10 steps to do before and reducing it to 8 steps, and that 2 steps adds up to thousands and thousands of dollars of savings at the end of the year.
That's great. Hey, Mayor and Jim, this address, the street you're on, it's linked to the Motorola, isn't it?
Yeah, Galvin Drive, founder Motorola, Paul Galvin.
I don't think not everybody knows that, do they?
I think everyone in this building knows that. How's that?
It was called Galvin from 28 to 47, is that right?
Yeah, I think it was Galvin Manufacturing Corporation. They changed the name to Motorola. I think that
Where did that start?
combined I think motor for the car. I think it started with car radios, motor, and Ola kind of gave it that vision of motion. So Motorola,
Wow.
right?
Well, there it is.
Yeah.
Could have called it galvanized or
Yeah,
something.
right. There you go.
Was that started in the Chicago area?
Yeah, it's downtown Chicago.
Okay. All right.
So, Jim, was that part of the decision to come to Galvin Drive? Is that
I think that just lucked out that way. That's pretty.
sometimes that's life?
Wow.
One thing I like to touch up before we close here today is that they've moved into this facility in Elgin. Jim has kind of taken a role now as being part of the community. He became part of the Chamber of Commerce and is serving on the Chamber board. And we want to integrate the employees into the city. It's all part of what we do and talk about quality of life for their employees as well. And we'd love for them to start to become residents of our city. So
Good work with Carol Gieske. You're
Yes,
doing.
absolutely. Working with Carol.
Wonderful. And Jason Pulowski. That's great.
it's it's part of just being part of a community, and I think we're looking forward to them being a great partner for us and for the city and for the chamber as well.
Well said, Mayor. We have just about 60 seconds left. Did we leave anything out of this great building?
I think you guys did a fabulous job.
Oh, and you were having quite a walk there, Mayor.
I was. It's a big space.
Well,
and
you're now in shape again.
I am. I'm working on it. Getting ready for the summer.
That's right.
And Jeff, it's just a wonderful facility here. We're so happy that they chose Elgin as their site. It's their main manufacturing facility and manufacture radios for worldwide. So Motorola and Elgin will be famous around the world.
Oh, that's great. And your staff was great. We appreciate all the help they gave.
They are great, aren't
They're
they?
wonderful, wonderful troops. Mayor, good job.
Good job.
Do you want to
Thank
do
Jeff.
some radio work if we said something?
If you want me to sing, I'll do that.
Well, I don't know about sing. I didn't say singing now, Jim.
No.
Radio work, maybe.
Jeff, we'll look forward to seeing you next month.
All right, that's the way things are going right here. Motorola Solutions. We'll see you next month with our Mayor's segment.
A few days before the annual Have a Heart community meal on Saturday, February 11th, we checked in with Chef Jeff Turner as he prepared for the event. And then a few days later, we found out from Jeff there was a fun aspect to this year's community dinner.
We just had our 8th annual Have a Heart dinner. It was a pasta sauce gravy cook-off, and I'm proud to say that the Elgin Lodge, number 117, was the winner. Last year it was the fire department, so they were reigning champions. They did not win this year. The Elgin Lodge did. It was a great day. We had lots of volunteers. Lots of people came to eat. Lots of desserts. It's always a fantastic day, and it was again this year.
We started out with garlic and olive oil. We sauteed and fried the beef neck bones in that. Then we put red wine. We put 3 huge onions in there and a bunch of secret things after that. It was great. Thanks, guys. My great-great-grandma would be proud. It's a 70-year-old recipe.
Our next to the last story, we check in with 2 different ladies, the second being Patricia Williams, with information about the Elgin Hispanic Network. But first, we hear from the executive director of the Youth Leadership Academy, and she has important information about the Leadership Academy's application process.
The Youth Leadership Academy recruits new students every year. Our application deadline is coming up this March 17. Any area 6th grader who resides within U46, District 300, D301 or D303 is eligible to apply. The YLA application is available on our website, www.ylaecc.org. The application is available there in both English and Spanish. Students need to have recommendations from teachers, principals, and another adult, and the parents also need to fill out an agreement form. And if they are selected, they do interviews in April, and final selections will be made by May 1st. But this is an opportunity that we want everyone in the community to know about and to pass around to any student who is in the 6th grade who wants to sign up for leadership training and a scholarship to attend Elgin Community College when they finish with the program.
Hi, my name is Patricia Williams. I am the Scholarship Awards Chair for Elgin Hispanic Network. I'm letting you know that to visit Elgin Hispanic Network to download the application for our scholarship program. The requirements are be a graduating high school resident of Elgin of Hispanic heritage, be enrolled in an accredited college, university, or trade school. Just make sure to send your application by March 17th.
For our final story this time, we're at the Elgin Police Facility. We're going to talk it over with Cherie Aschenbrenner. Cherie, your title is?
I am Community Outreach Specialist and Elderly Service Officer.
The longest title, but great information you have for us, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of information for you today, and I'm going to talk fast because I know I have to get it covered. I really want to talk about the roost entries because we had a couple of them a couple weeks ago in Elgin, back to back in 1 week. Someone comes to your home, they claim to want to put a fence in your yard. They say that I'm your neighbor and I want to put a fence up. Can I just show you where your lot lines are? Can we go into your house? I'm going to show you. They take you to the back of the house. Their accomplice comes in the front door while you're in the kitchen looking out windows, running water. The accomplice is, of course, in your master bedroom, looking in your drawers, in an envelope for money and your jewelry. They can be in 2 to 3, 4 minutes, and they're out. You might not know that your money and your jewelry is missing for an hour. It might be a week. It just depends. You don't know that they're even in your bedroom. So caution, do not let people in your house that you do not know. Always call the Elgin Police Department. We're happy to come out. We'd love to check their ID. We'd love it. Please call us, 847-289-2700. Another thing, real quick. Get the grandparent scam, Jeff. You call you up, and they'll say, hi, this is your oldest grandson, and I'm in trouble. Could you please send me some money, Grandma? And don't tell anybody. Don't call anybody. Don't tell my mom. Don't tell my dad. Grandma runs off to Target or to Walmart, and they're wiring money. They're putting money on Amazon gift cards. They're putting money on iTunes cards. No, all a scam. You get that call, you stop, and you call your grandson or you call your son or your daughter, and you find out where they are before you wire, because they are going to tell you, don't tell anybody, but please tell somebody and check it out. Last thing, IRS scam. This is the season for it. If they're calling you and telling you you owe money, and they're scaring you with, I'm going to put you in jail, the police are going to come, we're going to deport you, all these threats. Again, that's all they are. They're threats. They're scaring you. They want you to go and send and wire money. Do not do that. If you got any questions, I always need you to call me. Do not lose sleep over this stuff. Call me, call me, call me. You got my number.
847-289-2626.
That's it.
Safest number in town.
Yep, and if you call that number, and if I'm not there, I do have my cell phone number on my voice recording, so you can call me too.
The month of March and April, we have events that you will be attending and telling us about.
All right, Elgin Township Triad. We got the first one coming up this year is going to call your bucket list. If you guys ever seen that movie with Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman, they got a bucket list they got to get through. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. Do you have a bucket list? And if you don't, let's get one. Let's get some stuff on there. Let's have some fun and figure out what we're going to do.
Yours was the Cubs, wasn't it? So
It was. I'm done. It was the Cubs win the World Series. Anyway, that is going to be on Thursday, March 30th, and it's going to be down at Senior Services, 10:30 to 11:30, and then we're going to feed you. We're going to have a free lunch from Cafe Roma.
Do I have to sign up?
Yes, you do. You'll see that at the end of the show here.
All right, we've seen that phone number right now.
Yep. Okay. Then the next thing is April 20th. It's a Thursday, and Elgin Township Triad is going to sponsor this too. This was going to be a good one. We're going to hold it at the center, and we're going to have Chief of Police, Jeff Sabota, is going to speak about safety and how safe am I in downtown Elgin and what's all going on down here. We're going to talk about body-worn cameras, and we're going to talk about use of force, and we're going to feed you. Cafe Roma.
That phone number, 847-741-2045, to register, to reservation for that.
Yes. And then last, all right, the 60s, Feeling Groovy, Senior Services. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year. We go every year. It's going to be out at the Villa Olivia, and it is going to be on April 28th. Okay, doors open at 6. And guess what, Jeff?
What?
I'm going to be there. I'm going to perform.
What are you going to do?
I can't tell you.
Oh,
you gotta
man.
Come. You got to come and see.
April 28th, we're there. Our cameraman, Jeremy Hayes, will dance that night.
I'll dance with him.
All right.
And you too.
It's official. So that's all taking place. That's April 28th. And as always, you have so much information for us.
And always call me. Any questions, anytime, you guys call me, 847-289-2626.
That's the information that we have. Cherie Aschenbrenner, and from the Elgin Police Department, we say thanks for being with us.
Bye.
You can learn more about the information you saw here in Elgin today or about city services, programs, and events by going to the Elgin website at www.cityofelgin.org. And now the City of Elgin has a 311 contact center, Elgin 311. Call, click, connect by calling 311, the city's information and request resource. For everyone here at Elgin today, I'm Jeff Myers. We'll see you next time.
All right, everybody. Let me hear you. How one, how two, how three, right?